This is Rito, and we are going to take another look at some Warcry stats and fighters. So today we'll be looking at Nurgle Mortals and Nurgle Deamons. To start off with, we'll go with the Mortals because I feel like they are the most boring of the bunch and there's not a lot of models to cover at all. So let's go. First off, we've got the Blight Lord, so that's the flying model. Something you'll notice straight away when looking at him is that he's only got 6-inch move, which is something a lot of non-flying models even have. Like, I think Skinks have a 6-inch move, the Idoneth Deepkin Reavers have a 6-inch move, and so on. So this 6-inch move is pretty low for something that's flying. Most flying models have 10-inch moves. So if that isn't his main selling point, then what is, right? So having a look at his damage, he only does 6 points of damage per activation, putting him at a very bad damage per point value on average. So his damage output is not great at all. He does take 8 activations to be taken down because he's got a lot of wounds, but even so, well, I mean, this is good for the point value. He's quite expensive, so this is kind of fair. Yeah, even so, I don't really like him. He's got a net ability, which is good, but it's only in 1-inch range, so the only thing you can do with it is keep someone from moving away from you. But they'll still be able to attack the Blight Lord, so it's not like you could take a valuable model out of the equation completely. And yeah, again, I think with a 6-inch move, I don't know, that doesn't justify the horrible damage output. I don't like the Blight Lord too much at all. Then we've got the Blight King, so just the standard Blight King model. He has a damage output of 4, which is also not great for his points value, but it's fine. He's on the medium kind of range in terms of damage per point value. However, he only has a 3-inch move. And yeah, 3-inch movement is not great at all. Again, though, his wounds are very good and he's very survivable, so in the green tier of survivability. But this goes for all of the Nurgle Mortal fighters, so they are all very tough to bring down. Kind of similar to Stormcast Eternals, for example, in that regard. Then we've got the Blight King Leader. He deals 6 points of damage, the same the Blight Lord does on average. As he's a bit cheaper in points, that's actually better for his points, so I think this is fine. Yeah, his activations to be killed, 6 point value is still good, so I guess the leader is fine for this warband, although he's got the same issues. He's only 3-inch move, pretty expensive, so he's definitely not one of the best leaders I've seen out there. Then we've got the Bell and the Icon Bearer. The Blight Lord with Bell, the Blight King, I'm sorry. He's got an extra attack over the normal Blight Kings, but lower damage on the normals. I think he does 1-4 damage. But actually that comes out to be a bit higher in damage than the normal Blight King. And I think bringing at least 2 bells is definitely going to be very important for this warband, because he has an ability that gives you 1 extra inch of movement for all fighters that surround him, so at least you'll be able to move 4 inches with your fighters if you can get, I think it's just a double, so having 2 doubles to use for both the bells is probably going to be important. So yeah, I do like the bell, and I think this is going to be one of the more important models. It's a bit more expensive than the Blight Kings as well. The Bell is 145 points, the Blight Kings, the normal ones, are 135. But yeah, for this pretty good ability, I think that's well justified. And then we've got the Icon Bearer. He deals the same damage as the Blight Kings do actually. He only costs 5 points more, apart from having one ability, he's the exact same. However, though, his ability is only giving them more toughness. And as you can see, they are all very tough to take down already. So I don't think you need the extra toughness at all. These are 5 points you might as well save. I think I've calculated it through, and a warband I might bring would be the Blight King, one Blight Lord just to have that movement, 2 of the bells and... oh sorry, one leader, one Blight Lord, 2 of the bells and 2 of the normal Blight Kings. Or I think you might be able to substitute one of the Blight Kings for another Icon Bearer. Yeah, if you've got 5 points to spare, you might as well bring the Icon, because obviously he's yeah, you don't lose anything over the Blight King, so you might as well bring him. But if you can, bring multiple of the bells, because I'm sure you'll need those to make up for the horrible movement. In general, I don't think this is a great warband at all. Then let's have a look at the Nurgle Demons. For the Nurgle Demons, we've got some more options than for the Nurgle models, and I think the guys in general are a lot more diverse. So we've got the Plague Bearers, both normal and leader option. We've got the Beast of Nurgle, we've got the Plague Drone and the leader option, and the Nurglings. The Plague Bearer does 2.6 points of damage. He only costs 50 points, I think, so therefore he's in a very high damage per point value tier. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck, and it takes 2 activations to take him down. Again, for his cheap points, that's actually very good. So honestly, I think going for a couple of Plague Bearers, probably not a bad choice. The Plague Bearer leader, he deals 4.1 damage, is a lot more expensive though, which is why he only comes out to a medium damage per point value. He takes 3 activations to be killed, so slightly more, which again, considering his higher points, is a little worse than the normal Plague Bearers. So I'm not a huge fan of this guy. Then we've got the Beast of Nurgle. What I like about the Beast of Nurgle, it has a triple ability, I think it is, which allows you to make a free disengage action and deal some damage on top. That is very good. So being able to punch an opponent and then dodge out of there and deal damage to them is pretty nice. It will definitely give you some more survivability. Not that the Nurgle Beast really needs it, because it's already on 6 activations to be killed, but still, it's always nice to not be punched back when you attack someone. And yeah, 0.03 damage per point value is still in the average kind of ballpark, so I don't think the Beast of Nurgle is that bad. Then we've got the Plague Drones. Again, 6-inch flight for these, just like the Blight Lords for the Nurgle Mortals. 2.6 damage is the same the Plague Bearer does, and I think this is the real issue with the Plague Drones. They are the exact same as the Plague Bearers, only mounted on a big flying fly, basically. So therefore, his damage output is horrible in comparison to his points. Obviously a lot more survivable than the normal Plague Bearer. They've got a lot more wounds, but still. Oh, this is a tough one. I don't like the Plague Drone a lot. 2.6 damage is just horrifyingly bad for a model this expensive. And Plague Drone leader, same kind of deal, same damage as the normal Plague Bearer leader. Also horrible damage output, obviously. He is very survivable. 7 activations to be killed is a lot of actions, but his point value is decent for that, horrible for his damage, so it's a tough choice. I don't like either of the leader options that much for this warband, so I'd probably go with the normal Plague Bearer leader, just because he's cheaper and allows you to bring some of the better fighters basically for this warband. Then you've got the Nurglings, and I was surprised by these because they've got a lot of attack and such, So they come out to 4.1 damage on average as well, which is the same the leader options do for this warband, just a little lower than the Beast of Nurgle though. Which again puts them in the medium tier for damage output. Pretty survivable, these guys. They've got a 5-inch move, which on its own just makes them incredibly superior to anything the Nurgle Mortals can field. So yeah, I like the Nurglings actually. Sadly, I don't know right now how good the Beast of Nurgle is. Sorry, let me check that for you. How far the move is, because I think that's quite important. If the move is good, then it's probably worth bringing. Yeah, movement 4, not bad at all. I think with the good ability and the very nice damage output and so on, I think the Beast of Nurgle is also good. So bring a couple of these, or maybe like, I don't know, 2 Beasts of Nurgle, 2 Nurglings, Plaguebearer leader, and fill up the remaining force with Plaguebearers is probably a good choice here. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and please let me know what you want to see next, and I hope to see you in the next one.